this? Someone new? An outsider? Welcome to my humble shop, stranger. Yes, the ore. Powerful, dangerous, very rare. Smithing it, rarer still. But I can teach you, yes. Teach you to work its wonders. Yes. But only if you do something for me first. I seek a treasure within the drowned ruins. Bring it to me. You will know it when you see it. It will protect me. Protect me from the lunar resonations. I can feel them in my mind. I've got to block them out. Blessings upon you. Make haste. Oh, it took a while, but I did it. Fed them scraps and other things. They know how to behave now. They're like my friends. And they can be your friends too, for a reasonable price. A shame. And they will stay with me until you change your mind. I didn't betray the mad god, not like the others, no. When the Grey March came, I protected my home from those shiny, gleamy monstrosities. No, I did something far more unforgivable to the Prince of Madness. I learned the truth. Can't say, shouldn't say. It's a secret to everyone. They don't know. They aren't allowed to know. They couldn't see it. They were only looking with their eyes, their lying eyes. But I looked beyond, and I could see it. No one else could see it, just me. I can't tell you. They'll know. They're always listening. They know who knows. I never told anyone, you know. What I saw, what I still see. But here I am. It didn't matter what I didn't say. They could hear my thoughts. They knew I knew. Knew I could see it. Up there, in the sky. I didn't say that. I never said that. Not where they can hear. Never where they can hear. But maybe, if you know, can you see it too? No! Blast it! They got to you! Snap out of it! Please! All sorts! I have found much here, and it can be yours!
just need you to help me understand. You are part of the Isles. You are part of the Mad God. Aren't you? Aren't you? Wait. What is this? I was hoping for starter. Why are you here? Don't you see? She is part of this great and terrible puzzle. But I don't expect you to understand. To you, my purposes are far more mundane. I thought to lure Starter here and crush 2 beetles with 1 stone, ridding myself of these meddlesome turnkeys. But it seems she sent you to do her dirty work instead. How typical. Ah, no matter. After I kill you, she will have no one left to hide behind. You really don't understand, do you? I don't want to get out. I want to get in. Step forward then, outsider. The crystals will so beautifully reflect your blood.
It's good to see you. Thank you, stranger. I'm not sure how much longer I had before Thoron finished with me. Well met. Yes, I am Dylora of the Mazkin, Sheogorath's most faithful servants. It seems we've met at a difficult time. I'll be fine. It takes more than a few spells to slay a Mazkin. A little, but only scraps. I can share what I know after we've left this place. I can't help but feel like these crystals are listening. We should return to Stada. Even an Oriole like her is a necessary ally in these dark times. Takes more than that to kill me. Takes more than that to kill me.
Dylora, you should not have allowed yourself to be captured.
Good to see you too, Starter. Perhaps if you'd stayed with me instead of scurrying down a tunnel to a realm the exiles have no interest in, I wouldn't have been.
I told you I was going to find aid. I have found it. Besides, you look fine. Tell me, how does Thorin and the exiles plot fare? Have you learned anything new?
His rambling gave me some sense of his plan. He intends to take control of the root and use it to break through the walls.
Impossible. Only the Mad God.
It's possible, Starder. The root is the Isles, and the Isles are the Mad God. That's what he said. It's madness to try, but that's what he's counting on. He's wielding the sword of Jiggalag, and he's uncovered an obelisk of order. He's made himself a lair deep within the root, hidden under the falls. The perfect place to carry out his plan.
Then we must travel there at once and slay him before he escapes.
If it were that simple, I'd do it myself. He's constructed an amber barrier to seal off the entrance. There's no way inside.
Not unless we carve one out ourselves. In order to break through Thorin's barrier, we will need a powerful weapon tied to the Isles. Nothing else is strong enough to shatter pure amber. One such artifact, the Hammer Nerve Shatter, was sealed away in the ruins of Borogov long ago. Search the ruins, destroy any exiles you see, and bring it to us. It should prove strong enough in even your mortal hands. Dylora may have learned more of Thorin's plans than she would deign to share with me. You should speak to her. Waste no more time. Thorin's power over the root grows the longer we delay. Yes?
It's good to see you. Yes, I think I might. The Exiles are a collection of two different groups, the Priests of Order and the Apostles of Light. Thoron keeps them in line. It's a very fragile alliance. They spent centuries here fighting each other. There is no love lost between them. If you were to make it look like the Priests and Apostles betrayed each other, it might break their truce. Thoron would lose his little army to infighting. The Priests of Order followed Jiggalag, the Prince of Order, and Sheogorath's nemesis during the last Grey March. Many of them turned to his side simply to survive. When they failed, and were cast out of the Mad God's sanctuary, they rededicated themselves to the Prince of Order, hoping to find belonging. They wait for him to return so they can rejoin him. As you saw, Thoron wields the Sword of Jigalag, a relic of the Prince of Order. The priests seem to have taken it as a sign of his worthiness. The Apostles of Light are a heretical cult that broke into open rebellion during the last Grey March. They believe Lord Sheogorath abandoned madness itself in the face of Jigalag's attack. This is, of course, a lie, but what matters is that the Apostles believe it. Now they rage against his influence, even from their prison. They're unpredictable, even for the Isles. Their prophet, Seata, was killed, and her eye was taken from my lord's staff. The Apostles must hear enough of Seata's heresy and Thoron's words to declare him their new prophet. Both groups have been working on ways to build up their strength. If we sabotage those efforts and frame the other group, it might drive them apart. Steal a soul tomato from the Apostles' Grove on the coast, and void essence from the priest's laboratory in Stopgap. Burn down the laboratory and the grove, and leave each item at the other group's location to make it look like sabotage. Void essence is the essence of the void. You're a mortal. You wouldn't. The Apostles grow them. Quite ingenious, though depraved. They've taken the necromantic bindings that tie souls to soul gems and altered them to bind the soul to a plant instead of a crystal. Through this process, they can grow a limitless supply of soul vessels for their enchantments. Though they still rot, unlike gems, which has stopped soul tomatoes from widespread use by the comparatively sane. This is no laughing matter, mortal. Pray your soul does not end up inside one. A horrific construct made of elemental flesh. The priests stitch together each one from the choicest cuts of several different bodies, and bind a lesser Daedra to the finished form. They should be engaged only with great caution. Good luck, outsider. We must hope this will weaken Thoron's plans. Ah, yes. I believe he calls himself Seize the Moon. He's odd, but he means well. Unfortunately, he suffers from certain delusions. I suggest you pay them no mind. It's in her nature. The Orioles think they're above everyone, but they're too stubborn and proud to see their own flaws. And Starda is especially proud, even for her kind. Allow her this, and don't take it personally. You are just a mortal, after all. The last one left in the asylum, yes. There are others in the rest of the Isles. My fallen kin will reform in time, but I will miss them until they do. I will share what I know. Jigalag is the Daedric Prince of Order, and the sworn enemy of my lord. In the past, he would attack and destroy the Isles at the end of every era. We called this assault the Grey March. The cycle was broken over 200 years ago, but the legacy of Jigalag still hangs over the Isles. The Sword of Jigalag was once the personal blade of the Prince of Order. After he was defeated at the end of the last Grey March, Lord Sheogorath disposed of it. I do not know how it ended up in Thoron's hands. Yes, the obelisks are relics of the Grey March, deeply tied to the Prince of Order. Thankfully, Thoron doesn't seem to have managed to activate it. If he managed that, the consequences would have been severe. Of course. Farewell.
Feel free to look around the shop, but don't touch. I wouldn't want to have to eject you. Feel free to look around the shop, but don't touch. I wouldn't want to have to eject you. So good to see you again. And for the very first time, Theodore Gorlash, at your service. Wonderful! Because there's a corgi nearby, of course. I'm sure you've seen him. Oh, it's quite a tragedy. I used to be the most famous amber sculptor in the Shivering Isles, but an artist who upsets his patron is an artist who starves. And I upset the Mad God quite dearly. One day, the Prince of Madness handed me a chunk of amber. And he said, "Theodore, you're going to take this amber and sculpt me a masterpiece." But that amber didn't have a masterpiece in it. It had something foul. And I had to choose if I was going to make a masterpiece or an abomination. The latter, of course. An artist has his integrity. Well, Sheogorath took one look at it and flew into a rage. "Theodore, you handsome devil," he said. "You've really done it this time. Take that abomination to the asylum where it belongs." So here I am. Business has never been better, though. You're my very first customer. Brings me to tears every time. I regret nothing, though. We all suffer for our art. Lovely material! Very rare, you know. I use it to carve my busts. Oh, also for weapons, armor, and other such trifles. Art just doesn't pay in today's market. Of course I could, but you'd have to do me a favor first. There's a special piece of amber, shaped like the face of Sheogorath. Bring it to me. For my next bust, of course. I couldn't carve the Mad God's face all on my lonesome. He's much too handsome for me to do it justice. You understand. You should search the root canal. You never know what you'll find down there. So your odds aren't too bad. Of course, they aren't too good either. But let's be optimistic. Oh, all sorts. Do let me know if you're interested in haggling. I can add your tongue to the tongue drawer. Come back anytime. Tomorrow, next year, last year, whatever works for your schedule.